welcome back.
Hello.
Season 7, episode 1.
Hello, guys. We missed you so much.
I miss this.
And we can't wait to chit-chat with you.
Yeah, I just saw her and she was like dropping a conversation after a conversation after a conversation. And I'm like, no, stop talking to me.
Dropping traumas.
Yeah.
I'll let you know in a little bit.
Me too. Like, I'm guilty too. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, entertaining. And I was like, hold on, no.
She literally remembered. She was like, you better stop. Mm-hmm. Wait until we get into the episode. I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't help myself. And 2 seconds later, I was telling her something else. And she was like, stop.
Literally. So, exactly. No, for real.
It's been a minute since we saw each other too. So we couldn't make it any longer. Exactly. We couldn't wait to get back to you guys. So this time we made it very short. And we are very glad. We came back. And we were talking earlier that we are going to be marking 2 years this season. Yeah. So if you know the anniversary, you are a real one. If you don't, this is on you. I don't know what to tell you.
Oopsies.
So, yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited.
And these 2 years actually went by pretty fast.
Really fast.
I really keep thinking that it's only been a year, but it's been 2 years. Mm-hmm. Like, in my head, it's been a year. But for real, factually speaking, 2 years.
Because, to me, it's like, it also feels like yesterday when we were in the restroom and we were just like planning this whole thing. You know what I mean?
I feel like time is going by really fast. The older I'm getting, the faster it's going. And it's scary. Yes. Because I remember I was young for so long.
Right? I'm like, why before 18, my life felt like an eternity. And now I literally barely have time for like 15-30 minutes for myself in a day.
I remember when I turned 19. I remember when I turned 21. Like, I remember all these. And I don't remember when I turned 27. I don't remember when I turned 28. It was so quick.
Yeah. But also, I feel like the way you memorize things is if a lot of time has passed on them.
So true.
So, you know what I mean? Like, when you will be 40 or be like, I remember 27 and 30. I don't remember.
Oh my God, I never thought about this like this.
Yeah, because some people are like that. Some people are like that.
I remember things better when time has passed. What?
Long term.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
So I have a long-term memory that is better than my short-term memory.
Yes, yeah.
That's shady.
And that's good because I think they say for the Alzheimer, that's like fine. If you have really good both, I guess.
Okay.
You're more likely to get Alzheimer, which is that's
She's
me.
part of that club.
That's me. I remember every single thing and I store it in my brain and I overthink it. It's unnecessary.
She has
sometimes.
CDs that she pulls and she plays.
Literally, like that one movie. What's it called? The emotion ones.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know which
the
one.
Memory,
it's the cartoonish one.
Yes, you have like the memory and everything is piled up on there and it's like as balls and you have like all your memories.
You know, I didn't watch it. I know exactly what you're talking about because I watched the trailer. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's very viral. Like everybody knows it. People wear... Like Bretman was them during Halloween.
Bretman was everything in Halloween.
Bretman does that. He
love
takes
it.
The whole month.
I love it.
I love Bretman.
Swear to God, I love him so much. He just chef's kiss.
Yeah,
really, he ate everything. I like Halloween.
I like it when people take it all out, and plus a lot of people enjoy it. Like seriously, love dressing up and doing like things. I like it too. I'm not gonna lie. It's a whole personality shift. You know what I mean? Like you can be whatever you want.
I really was not a big fan of it, but I think I'm having. To be honest, I'm having fun with you. That's all. Yeah. Like I'm like okay, we're just gonna have fun. I do
it with other people. I wouldn't like it if I was alone. You know, doing it. Maybe just a process. I would enjoy the process, but when you do it with other people, you give each other the same energy, the same vibe, so you go crazier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. The moment.
And I tried to go like a bit like simple, but like maybe something crazy next year or the year after. We'll never know.
Yeah. That's in a year.
Yeah.
I'll see it next year.
See, girl, I'm thinking about it from now.
I mean, honestly, you need to. In today's world, you need to, because so many things could happen. And sometimes it does take a year to make a decision.
Yeah, it really does.
For real.
It really be do like that. And sometimes you change your decision in 2 seconds. Because I had a whole different character and I saw something and I was like, okay, let me switch it up.
I believe you.
So
it happens.
Yeah. How have you been in this time?
I've been good. I had a mental breakdown. I don't know why.
Here it goes.
I do know why. Okay. It was like I woke up and I was like, ugh, I just want to go back to sleep. You know what I mean? And
today?
No, it was 4 days ago, something like that. I was like, oh my God, like I'm about to shoot myself, you know. I was like, what's going on? I was so depressed. I'm serious. Like
one of them days.
One of them really hard days. But what I love is I took myself out and I'd be like, girl, this energy is not serving you anything. I'm serious. Like, I had to sit down and be like, you are acting crazy, unreasonable. Take yourself out from whatever you're thinking about. Just block it. You know, I had so much work, so much schedules, so much going on. You know, when you talk to so many people and so much is going on, thinking about multiple things at the same time, worrying about them, and worrying is the worst enemy of every thought, everything that you do. If you worry about it, it's the worst enemy. You should just do it. Don't worry about it.
True.
Anyway, it was one of those days that I was worrying too much. Literally, I was going crazy. Like, I was like, this is not normal. Something's going on. So I took myself out on a walk, and then I ran. I got dirty with nature, you know, like just no.
Yeah.
One of those.
And
no,
lava.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I needed to do that. Then, I was looking for things to do, like things that has nothing to do with my work, things that have nothing to do with things that I have to get done. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
And I did some of those things. I stopped talking for a little bit, but I did some of those things. And I woke up the second day dancing. Not gonna lie, I was so happy. And dancing is one of them. I danced for like good 5 minutes.
I feel so good.
And it felt so good. It was helping. Like that whole day that I took for myself doing the most like humbling shit was so helpful.
Hell yeah. It's those small
I needed
things
to
that
be humbled.
you do.
Like I really needed to be humbled.
Like you remind yourself that you are human and you
And
deserve a break. You deserve a little moment with yourself.
Like, you are blessed. Like relax. This is part of what you've been praying for. You are crazy. You're acting insane. Literally, I had to sit down and tell myself that, because like it was abnormal. Like seriously, a heart attack, mini heart attack, or like a mental breakdown. Titling it correctly, you know? Yeah. And if you go through that, sit down with yourself, talk to yourself, and find things that are silly, but they make you joyful. They put you in a joyful mood. Like you just have to. You have to do that. Nobody else is going to take you out of it. Nobody, literally nobody. You have to lie a little bit to yourself and humble your exaggeration of worrying about things that you shouldn't be worrying about.
Very
like
true.
Just do it, or just a plan for it. Just take the first step, just take the second step. Whatever you are worrying about, just do it. Or don't worry about it.
Very
Period.
true. Very true. You either sometimes, and a lot of times actually, not sometimes, you just have to trick your brain. There's nothing else that
It's
you
a
can
switch.
do. Yeah. When you don't want to go work out, you just trick your brain. When you don't want to eat certain things, you just trick your brain. You know, it's everything in this life. You just have to be like, I have to do it. It's like not an option. And a break is also not an option, because you are human and you need your time with yourself and you need a little joyful moment.
It scared me because I never felt like that.
Stressed out?
Yeah, that stressed out. Like,
Yeah.
never. I don't remember. Maybe I did, but it was very harsh. I was like, no, this is not okay. Literally, I had to switch my brain, like switch everything. I was talking to myself when I was like walking and running and doing everything, literally having a conversation with myself.
Yeah.
From the minute I switched to the minute I went to sleep. And it was a beautiful day, after all. I saw beautiful things because I decided to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know. Like you put it in your brain. You plant it in your brain that this is going to be a good day regardless of what you are feeling at that moment.
And it helped me because I was humbled. Like you start noticing that you're just crazy sometimes, you know? And I was going through that and I accept it. But it's not okay to go through it again. Like I have to be stronger in not switching that way, you know, like always remember and remind myself it's always switch, because it was a choice. Like everything that I did was a choice, and everything in my life at the end of the day, it's actually a choice, you know. Even the struggles and the stresses that I have in my life, it's all a choice. True. So humble yourself and get chill and relax and be a good human being to yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Respect yourself.
You know, I was scrolling the other day on Instagram and I watched a video of a girl that she was going through like health conditions, and she just said, she was like, I started asking myself is if I had to go in an emergency car to the hospital, which that's what happened to her. She's like, at that moment I started thinking with myself, do I even care about that bill that I didn't pay, or that job that I didn't get, or that, you know what I mean, about everything that she's getting is the most important thing. And mentally affects the physical health so much. It shows on your face. It really shows on your face. If you are depressed, if you are stressed, if you're all of that, it just immediately shows on your face and on your body.
Your face and your body, I can't even understand how, but it's so true. Like sometimes you can put yourself into, like sometimes I can lift weight and I'm like, whoa, I can lift that much weight, you know? And sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm barely like here. Let's just get this done. I can't even lift half of that. You know what I mean? So it's all mental. Literally, it's all mental.
Yeah.
Even on my runs, like if I'm going through a bad day, you know, which is not really a lot. Like my bad days are
rare.
I have to remind myself that some of my bad days are what people pray for. That's something that I remind myself for. No, I'm serious. I have to remind myself
That's
this.
very powerful. That's a powerful
No,
thought.
I read it somewhere and I have to remind myself that it's so true. My bad days are the days that people pray for.
Say less. That's engraved on my brain. Oh, that is nice. That is very nice.
See, keep saying the good things out loud because some other people don't even know them. So you keep making that positive change. Don't think like, oh, I don't want to be too positive. I don't want to be like saying things that are so cliche.
Motivational.
No. Yeah,
be a motivational speaker, girl.
Yes, some people need it. And you need it.
Yes.
You need to hear it. You need to say it to yourself. So you might as well just keep saying it. Keep reminding yourself these things. So yeah, it was tough. You asked me how it was. It was a tough week, honestly.
Girl.
But I love it. It's what I prayed for.
You learned something
Yeah.
from it. I'm so happy for you. That's good.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, that's great.
How about you, Samson? She's like,
do you want to know?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean,
okay, it was very, very busy week, and I love it.
Yeah.
No complaint. I love being like that. But during that week, me and my friend are doing something, and we went to go pick up something from a customer. Let's just say it like that. And we had to pick up the thing from them, and I enter, and there is a doggy. And I'm scared of dogs.
so you went to their house or to their business?
To their house.
To their house.
I'm scared of doggies, but only if they're hyper. That dog appeared to be fine at first 5 seconds. Very pretty, very cute.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
blue eyes and it's like brown hair. It's so cute.
Is it a small dog, medium, large?
Medium.
Medium. Okay.
And I was like, playing with it, whatever. 2 minutes in, and that dog started going around me like crazy, crazy, crazy.
Okay.
And then I touched my friend's hand, and I'm like, please, like I'm scared. And then my friend tried to calm it down. And then it goes back, and it tries to go in between my legs and twirl again. And then out of nowhere, opened its mouth and started like biting my jeans, and I had baggy jeans on.
Okay.
It started yanking them jeans. Like, girl, I kid you not, it was gonna rip it off.
Did somebody tell it? No, don't do that?
No, the traumatic part is the two people, the owners, they were chilling and laughing. Max, stop, Max. I'm like, girl, if you don't come and get Max is gonna fly in the air. You better catch Max at its best condition.
What did you do though? Did you tell them that?
I was freezing. No.
Okay.
I was not. I was literally freezing because I was so scared.
I would be.
And then my friend was trying to help, right?
More than the owners?
Yes, way more than the owners. And then I feel something bit my legs. I was like, oh, hell no. But it was like in a playful doggy way.
Gotcha.
But I've never encountered that. Like even Coco, I don't let her.
She doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, the minute she does that, I get like super
literally
scared. So no, she doesn't.
She doesn't even like. I don't let her lick me or anything. I'm like, no.
She's not a licky dog. She's not.
She's
a biting
not.
dog.
Yeah. So I was just like frozen, and I was like, I feel something, like I feel it biting me, and then it just kept doing this, and I guess one of them just had the sense of me being scared. And then he was like, Max, let's go. And they took it up.
Okay, thank God. That's so horrible.
I was so traumatized because like I was itching my legs. Like it was itching. Like I felt like it was a bite. I wouldn't tell you it's an aggressive one because it didn't leave any mark or nothing. But it was, yes, I did feel it.
Yeah.
And it was like bothering me for that night. I was like, what the hell?
That's
never
really
again.
Scary because you don't know, if they have already gotten their shots,
right?
You don't know if you are going through something. Like you don't know. It's your leg. Like, are you kidding me? That's horrible.
So I didn't know if he was gonna take it further. Like I don't know if he was just gonna be really aggressive and bite my leg.
Thank God the owner was like,
so
let's go.
Never again.
I really don't do that with Coco. Like Coco has to be held in my hand. I don't care if I have to carry her. Like she is not doing that to people, and she learned. Like she doesn't do that. I feel like
chill.
It's really easy. It's my first pet. Like, come on.
No, people. But that pet literally it was very obvious that was not taught nothing at all.
I hate when people do that. Pets are so easy to teach. Like, just try.
Girl, the whole house was a mess. So the whole, let me not talk shit.
It's a very common thing here. Sometimes you enter a house and it's like, what happened? Is this like... It's like a warehouse.
Literally, that's how it felt. It was the grandma's house, and a lot of shit was there.
Hoarders.
Exactly.
It's hoarders' house. That's what they call them.
Like that. And I'm like entered, and I was like, oh. And me and my friend were just looking at each other like.
It's the worst house to inherit.
Yeah, literally. Well, or it could be the best house if it's
it could.
I'm a hoarder too, but
not like that.
Not like that.
Exactly.
But you could find cute stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I've entered some full houses. There is no empty spots, but it's nice. It's nice items. You see,
put
beautiful.
Together.
Exactly. Especially good ones,
Yeah.
And I've entered some houses and I'm like, all of this could be burnt and nobody would ask about it. Literally. Why is it here?
Literally.
So you get the
both of the worlds. Yeah, true.
Exactly.
All right. Today, we wanted it to talk about spirituality. We'll talk to you a little bit about it, but
it's always different with me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm super connected, sometimes I'm not,
Okay. I was going to ask you, what is your state right now? How do you feel like you are spiritually connected, not connected? And what is like one ritual that you like to do to kind of get you closer, if you are wanting to?
Like I told you, nature. Like if I don't touch a grass physically, I cannot be spiritually connected with myself in a good way. Also, look, I went through so many stages in my life. Like in some stages I did believe in God. Some stages it was dangerous believing in God, like the ones with the questions.
That's everybody. Most people.
And yeah, and some of them is like, I don't even believe in God. So I did go through a lot. Okay. But what helps me the most is connecting with nature spiritually, like understanding that there is a higher power. Like some things happen to me that I know it has to be an untouched, unknown power out there that is knowing what's in my heart, that it's knowing what I'm fighting for and it's helping me, like it depends. I'm in a state where I really need to humble myself a lot and spend a lot of time in nature. A lot from like stay away from material kind of bullshit and not listen to a lot of things, just to my head, listen to my head a little bit more, because we live in a fast world where you're listening to a lot of things at all times, and it's part of your work sometimes, I understand, and it's part of my work to listen to a lot of things, but I need to block it off sometimes and take a break to myself. And I'm trying to do it more often, like take daily breaks. No, not like a weekly break, like 30 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, 5 hours here and there, just collect them because it's helping me. And the less I do that, the more horrible shit comes my way. So
yeah,
it's definitely what you think about. So if you are on a good path, you see good things, so I'm gonna try to stay on that.
Yeah.
How about you?
To me, I feel like we talk about that a lot, like we were on the same boat, not necessarily the same phases that we went through, but I also had drastic shifts in my life that changed me spiritually. So at a younger age, teenager times, and especially when I first got to the US, I was at the extreme
Same
religious part, like very spiritual, very connected, everything is done right. In my opinion, I don't think that's healthy. I feel like it was very overwhelming, especially for a younger person, because I did not understand most of the things. I was just doing it because I'm supposed to do that.
Gotcha.
I didn't do the research behind why are we doing this? Why do we believe in that? Why do we believe in this? You know what I mean?
You didn't know that you should always follow your heart. You thought
Exactly.
that you have to follow examples that are
Exactly.
should be,
Yeah,
or could be, or
and
idols.
that is part of the education back home. We had specific teachers that some of my friends are listening now from Jordan, and I just knew that this last week. Some of my friends listen to these episodes. It's so cute.
A lot of people do. Why?
Yeah, shout out. No, it's just like my friends, because you know what I mean, like they're in Jordan and it's always Arabic and stuff. So I'm just like, I'm very happy that they're listening.
I still
so
feel shy when
y'all.
I know people listen. Like
yes, but I'm like, I love them. So I'm just shouting out. Anyways, they know who I'm talking about. Like those teachers used to scare the shit out of us. Like if you don't do this, God is going to put you in that and God is going to do this to you. Like it's all horrible things. And at one point I was like, why do I have to be scared from God when I have to love him? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Here comes part of my life that I was like very disconnected, but I still loved and believed in everything that I used to believe in, right? I just wanted it to feel disconnected for a little bit, to question myself on what are the things that I'm actually not doing and whether I like doing those things or I just don't want to do it because I'm scared of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So some of the things, you grow up and you try different things in life, and some things I'm like, that's stupid, and that makes sense why I shouldn't be doing these things because it is harmful to me. And some other things I'm like, okay, I know my limits in those things, and I know if I don't hurt myself or if I don't harm myself in specific things, then it's not going to be against my spirituality or my beliefs and all of that. Currently, I feel very connected, and I do have my small rituals that I do. But I feel like I'm at the best state and at the best mental health right now, that I am back and connected stronger than before, but not in a strict way.
Same.
I just took out the strict part because it doesn't make sense. And my religion is not strict. I'm
very open-minded.
Yeah, very open-minded.
If you understand it,
yeah,
from my point of view, because I feel like it's how you interpret things. I don't care who says what. Our religion, I'm gonna call it Islam. You can call it whatever. Or in the way I know Islam, it's very spiritual, very spiritual. So like you connect with God the way you want to, and I don't care if there are things that you have to do just because it's part of the religion. If it does not do good to me and I'm not doing it from deep inside my heart, like, then I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's something that I don't choose, as Thuraya, not the religion chooses for me, I choose, then I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
This is how I think about it. Some people call it, oh no, that's not Islam. I call it my religion. It's up to me.
Yeah, it's you connecting to God. To me, there are things that I go by the book, right? But I also question it. It was never bad to question things in Islam. It's always good for you to question things, to know exactly what you are believing in. That idea of people saying that you shouldn't be questioning, you should just be following, does not make sense to me. Because if you're not really understanding it, one day you're just going to wake up and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't really truly understand it and do it for the love of the religion and God and yourself as well. You're just doing it just to do it.
I honestly think about it in a way where I do everything for the love of myself, because there is something in me that nobody could explain ever, which is my soul. Nobody can create my soul. Nobody can destroy it, but the bigger entity out there that we choose to call it God. You know what I mean? I know that's the only power that gave me my soul and can take it like this. I can be sitting down and it can be gone like this. Nobody could explain that. And in a way, for me to get connected to it is by me being me, like talking to my head in a positive way. You know what I mean? Seeing nature in a positive way, doing things happily, and like you might as well do the same thing that you're doing when you're upset. Do it with a smile on your face. You're still gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how about you be nice to yourself, because it is your spirit. You know what I mean? It's your energy, and nobody can change it for you. Nobody can take it from you but you.
Yeah, and it's part of the religion or the spiritual belief, whatever you want to call it, is you taking care of yourself, whether it's spiritually, physically, mentally, everything. You have to take care of your body.
I think it's mentally and physically. It starts with mentally and physically, because these are the easiest things to really have control over. You do not have control. Yeah, but you do not have control over other things, like other people.
I see what you mean.
You have control over yourself, your choices, and what you do. Yeah. It's not easy to achieve. If that's what you...
It's not.
We both agree it's hard.
Yeah.
And I go through a lot, and I have to do a lot.
Yeah.
to lie to myself sometimes, you know, to convince myself sometimes that everything that I'm doing is for a purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always a purpose. You don't have to know it right away, but it will be there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Recently, I've just been like deep diving into readings, and there's, I don't know how to say the book in English. It's a book for Ibn Sina.
Okay.
He's like a scholar.
Yeah.
But basically what he does is he reads the Quran and he does poetry about it.
Okay.
So he translates it into poems. And I love poetry. So to me, it makes it much easier for me to read it that way and understand the Quran, because just reading the Quran by itself, it's so difficult. I don't understand it, to be honest. Unless the verse or the surah is like explained in other ways or in a story that I've watched before, then yes, it makes sense to me. If I have never read about it, never seen anything about it, it doesn't make sense. So I'm reading it, and then some things about like the descriptions was showing that one of the prophets story is Prophet Joseph, and basically he got everything in life toward the end when he left the dad got everything that he wanted in life when he left his obsession over everything around him. Basically, he lived 40 years obsessed with a lot of things, including his son, which is Joseph, and he didn't get nothing in those 40 years. God was like, you're not going to get nothing from me until you fix your obsessions and you
God
really
teaches you.
realign everything and all of your priority. Then I'll give you whatever you want.
How I think about this is, if you work on yourself and you start understanding the beauty of non-material things that have huge meaning, like good things will happen to you.
You get everything your way, basically.
Yes.
Everything that you're wishing for, and maybe you get it in a better way that you have never imagined you will get. In my opinion, in that little story, it's really, I'm taking it into consideration in my spiritual journey right now, is to not obsess over nothing. Because I did obsess over my career, architecture, ever since I was 5 years old. I was obsessed. And then the moment I graduated, I was like, I don't feel the passion for it anymore. And I was praying so much to get that light back into my life, because I'm like, this is the only thing that I loved so much, and it's the only thing that I have passion for. Why am I losing it right now? And in this moment in my life, I'm like, it makes sense, because like I obsessed over it so much to the point that I made myself lose that passion, where I could have just slowed down, enjoyed the moment, done what I could have without overworking myself, without stressing it, thinking that I'm not gonna get whatever I want, but I will regardless. If I work hard for it and I stay within my plan and I stay disciplined, I will get to wherever I want.
Just don't worry.
Just don't obsess over it, basically. And that's
I love that.
Just a little lesson that I learned in the past.
And these are lessons that you also keep reminding yourself of. Like, it's not a lesson learned. No, it's a lesson that you have to go back to.
True.
Every time you feel low, every time you feel something is going on, every time you doubt yourself, every time you worry too much and you have so much stress in your life, you have to go back to these lessons. Mm-hmm. Because we are busy. Literally, we are busy. Some of the lessons that have taught us so much are sometimes forgotten, and some situations remind you of them. So you need to keep those lessons in the back of your head, like seriously, and carry them with you. This is why it's also important to experience life without a worry, because you learn so much, without worrying. Because why worry? Like, there is no point. It's like holding an umbrella waiting for it to rain. You know what I mean? So that's beautiful.
Thank you. I just realized I probably said the scientist's name wrong.
You mean
we'll put it in the description. I'll put the book in the description. I forgot his name. I said Ibn Sina, and I don't think it's Ibn Sina. I'm tripping.
Oh, I don't know, but I know some scholar named Sina.
Ibn Sina, yes.
Last name is Sina, which is very big in the Middle East.
Oh my God, it's Imam Shafi'i. I'm tripping. I said Ibn Sina. Ibn Sina is something. He's a scientist.
Sina is
different.
Scholar.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Imam Shafi'i. It's a complete different person.
Okay. It's a religious figure.
I was like overthinking while I'm talking. You see that? That's what I did.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
She corrected herself.
Yes,
I love
thank you.
She does not need a fact check. We already have her brain scanning things.
Yes.
I love that.
Simultaneously as is speaking.
I love that.
No, but I'll put the book out there. It's really cute. I'm sure there is one in English. And I wish you guys I ordered it.
So is it a hard book? Like paper?
Yes.
Okay. Nice.
One thing about me, I don't think if it's toxic, it might be toxic because I'm harming the environment. But if it's not a physical book, I don't like reading it.
I see what you mean. A lot of people
don't have me on the screen. I need the book, and I need to just like have my little blanket and be in a park and just look at the sky and then read it. Just
best way.
Random, even though I hate reading, but I'm trying to put myself into reading.
So if you pick things that you are interested in, you won't stop reading. If you pick things that you don't even like, you don't even know anything about, how are you going to stay entertained? Like, you have to be familiar with what you're reading a little bit.
True.
And then once you become, oh my God, I want like a good reader and you're enjoying reading, then you jump into things that might interest you.
I do be liking things though, but I just can't keep up with reading, like biology, anatomy books. Sometimes I get random ones.
It's good. Maybe you can read a chapter here and there.
And I really want to read it, and I'm like, no, I need a video. I can't. Some things I'm just visual.
With nature, I'm very visual. Visual? Yeah, visual. What did I said? Visual.
Oh, it's okay. Visual.
Visual.
Yeah, we got it.
With nature, very visual.
Yeah.
I love it. It's mesmerizing.
Yeah. Oh my God, like biotechnology class. I will. At first we were reading and I'm like, what is this? This sounds like gibberish.
Yeah.
And then he started playing videos and I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I took one biology class in the university and I got out from my first lecture and I was like, so if you ask me what was the lecture about, I had no idea.
It's hard.
It was gibberish, but I was understanding when the class was going on. The minute I left, I was like,
it's all
I don't know.
It's all out.
It's out.
Yeah.
It's so hard. And that in that moment, I realized science is not for me.
I love science. Oh my God.
Actually, I never liked science. Never.
Love it.
The only part that I remember liking was animal science when I was like learning about animals and things like that.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So these were my favorite parts.
Math is like the thing for me. Physics. Oh my God, I love physics. I hate chemistry though. I like doing the physical part about chemistry, but like actually doing all of the equations. No.
Same.
Don't put me on that, please.
Same.
Biology, I love it.
I remember one of my professors in chemistry. Like I attended the class and we also had a lab. So in the lab, I was so good. Everything is cool. In class, girl, don't ask me anything.
I'm not here.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, I need to pass this. I need to pass the class and I need to pass the lab. And I need to have A's in both. Like I was switching from a community college to a university. Yeah. I needed to show them good stuff, you know? I was doing my best. If he asked me to sweep anything in the lab, I'm sweeping it. If he asked me to answer something that I had no idea in class, I'll try my best. It's probably wrong, but I was active. And I got an A in both.
Hell yeah. That's how you do it.
Really.
This is how we do it.
You just have to give it all.
Literally, yeah.
Act like the class depends on you.
Yes. You know, that's just part of tricking your brain and everybody else.
So true. You would be like, her name? Oh, there is no way she answered this wrong. It's an A.
Yep, right there. One time in chemistry, I had the professor call me back to come back to the class because I didn't answer a lot of the questions. I was like, I answered the ones that I knew and I counted the points. Mind you, I'm a straight A student. I don't know why I did this for that, but I was just fed up with the class. I hated it. I was like, I'm ready to go home. So I knew the right answers and I was counting the points and I was like, okay, I'll pass. This is a D. I gotta go.
She did the math part.
He called me and he was like, you better turn around and come back to the class and answer these questions. This is unacceptable. I came back and he came up to my desk and he was like, you don't know this? Try your best. And then he gave me the paper. I left and I got a B+. So I was like, okay.
He pushed you.
That's good. Yeah, he did. He did push me. Yeah. Because I was being stupid. I was like, always A's and everything. But I was fed up. I was so tired, exhausted. I was like, I gotta go. I'm not doing that. But yeah, shout out to him. I liked him.
It happens to a lot of seniors sometimes in their senior year.
He was
where they're just fed up, you know?
Yeah, very good teacher. Love him.
Shout out for you if you're listening.
Shout out. Don't know if he's still alive. He was old as hell. But that sounded mean as hell. I hope you are.
Rest in peace, whether you're alive or not.
Yeah, resting in peace is for living ended. So
exactly.
I hope you rest in peace. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my guilty pleasures, and I think I told you, is grabbing a number preferably with a fraction. That's like if I'm really, really in a good mood. And it's like 7.15. And I keep doubling it in my brain until I reaches millions. And then I stop until I reach like a dead point. And I'm like, okay, I just love to challenge myself. And I love doing that in nature. So yeah, I pick a random number and it has to have a fraction. And I just double it in my brain until I get to a lot of numbers, millions and whatever.
I'm still shocked. It got dark outside and I'm still shocked.
Yeah, it was just, the
hard.
sun just decided to go away.
But yeah, I was like this and it's gone.
Yeah.
Imagine.
We took a little break to think about it, to discuss it internally.
She was calming me down because I was in so much shock.
Yes.
She's like, relax, I do this.
Yes.
In my head.
And it's a condition and you have to deal with it. Sorry.
I don't want to deal with it. I think it's very healthy.
Thank you very much.
It's very relaxing for you. And you go places that nobody goes.
Nobody, really.
I love that for you.
I love it. And when I reach a number that I can't double anymore because my brain is really hard, sometimes I keep that number so I can try it later on.
Try again next time. I love that for you.
To me, it's like this is the most powerful thing of my brain. And I love it. It relaxes me so much.
I just enjoy talking to myself. That's all I do. There's no math going on there. There's no solving a problem. It's just me talking to Thoraya.
Yeah.
Me and her, we chill together.
There was another thing that I do. I love that for you. And I love having conversation with myself in the mirror. I love doing that.
Yeah.
But when I was little, and until today I do it sometimes, I try to draw a cube.
Okay.
In a connection way where I draw two squares.
Yes.
And I try to connect them.
Yes.
But I always do a lot of them to make sure that I get them as perfect as possible. And I don't stop drawing it until I get it really perfect.
I remember I used to do that only when I learned how to draw a cube. I was obsessed. Like every time you put a pen and pencil in front of me, I would be drawing in cubes.
It's so satisfying.
Because I just learned it and learned how to do 3D, drawing. I was obsessed with those. But you cannot put a pen and pencil in front of me without me touching them and, doodling something.
Yeah.
Even if I'm deeply concentrated on one thing, I have to touch it and
it's so therapeutic.
It is.
People who don't do that doesn't understand how therapeutic it is.
It is.
To write your thoughts too, that is very therapeutic.
And I feel like it makes you concentrate a little bit more on the thing that you are doing when you are just drawing.
Yeah.
I feel like you remember it more because you are connecting some thoughts with something physically that you're doing, so you have a more deepened memory of the action that you're doing or the conversation that you're having.
Yeah.
Or the thing that
it's noted somewhere, it's always. That's pretty.
You know what I was telling myself the other day that I also need to pay a lot of attention to, that I repeat myself a lot and I overshare. You know what I mean? Sometimes my thought can be said in 2 words. I say it in a paragraph. You know what I mean? sometimes I notice that I'm being redundant. Like, it can be shorter. Let's get to the point, you know?
Okay. It's like get it going. I see what you mean, because I'm guilty of that too. But when you said oversharing, I'm like, no, you don't overshare.
Like, you know, sometimes when the answer can be 2 words, but you are just giving more details, I feel like I sometimes tend to overshare where it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm stressed, like when I'm nervous, stressed or something, I overshare. I feel like it helps me make myself more comfortable because I'm talking. It's weird. It's weird. I don't get it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never really realized that about you.
Yeah,
because you are very, very good at preserving your own things, not oversharing it. I feel like we are both good at telling people
I'm
what we
learning how to be a little bit sneaky, you know, like share a little bit but hide a lot, you know.
But you are good at that.
Give yourself
a credit.
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, yay.
Yeah. We're both good at not telling people. Like, we tell them exactly what we want them to know.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
And you might be thinking that you are oversharing, but if those things were not silly to you, you would never tell them, knowing you.
True. I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but there's nothing wrong with always learning how to. And I feel like the podcasting is helping me personally a lot. And you, I know that it's like helping us clear our thoughts and knowing exactly what to say in a very short amount of time. Because an hour is really nothing when you're talking about a topic.
Yes.
And you want to, like, some topics we could go on for like 10 hours, literally. I mean, that I could sit there and just talk about it forever.
Like the other day we were hanging out at 7 and I got home around 11 and I was like, how did that happen? I thought I was sitting with you for 1 hour.
Listen,
I was like, how did this happen?
What happened is that we talked about 72 topics in them 4 hours, and I don't know how. We talked about crime, we talked about politics, we talked about personal stuff, family, everything, everything.
And that was a day that I wasn't feeling like talking.
Me too, because I was zoning out a little bit too.
I noticed you were zoning out.
Yeah.
I kept bringing you back with different topics.
Oh my God, thank you.
I know.
That's why I love her. Wallah, that's why I love her. Because I was feeling so bad. Because I'm really like not here.
She was zoned out. And I feel like you were thinking about other things. And I feel like you were sleepy that day.
I was. And it was past my bedtime. Girl, 11 p.m. is past my
Literally,
bedtime.
I thought we were hanging out for 1 hour. Because I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah. But it went by very fast. I loved it.
Yeah.
Food was great.
The food
was good. The topics were great. We just let it all out and then we went home.
So true.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta vent and go.
I agree.
It was cute. I loved it. Yeah.
I love that we shared a little bit about our spiritual mindset right now. I feel like it could help a lot of people also.
True.
Reflect on your own mindset and see where you at. And it's a little bit helpful when you can just zone out a little bit with yourself, you know, just sit down with yourself and speak with yourself. I love that.
And also, I just want to say one thing. It's spirituality is a very important part of every human, whether you believe in God or whether you don't. And especially for people that don't, they tend to always have questions, right? And I'm like, if it's not really actually embedded in you, something that is very important for your mental and physical health, to question something or to question the universe or your beliefs, it's not like it's always there. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's very healthy. It's part of growing to question the existence of you on this earth and the existence of us. You have to question it to find a purpose for you here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's always like, do it for yourself. Like it doesn't need to be. I see people like arguing about the existing of God, and don't get into that. Believe in whatever you want to believe, and don't get into other people's beliefs. Let them believe in whatever they want. But it's always interesting to see people, how they go about their spirituality and how they practice different things to make themselves feel grounded and feel better about their day, you know? So I always admired that.
It's one of my favorite things to do, is to learn how other people meditate or relax themselves and just give it a shot. You know, even if I think that it's not going to help me, just give it a shot and see how it affects me, you know, where my thoughts going to be. Is it going to work on me or not? And I feel like through that, you can learn a lot about what kind of things you like and what kind of things you can implement in your routines of how to connect with yourself. I'm not going to say how to connect with God, how to connect with spiritual things, how to connect with yourself, because I truly believe there is a soul that if you are super connected with it in a good way, good things will happen to you. I feel like that's the only route that I also have to remind myself all the time. I'm not saying these things because, oh my God, like I do this all the time. No, I just told you I had a mental breakdown not long ago.
And don't you never ever feel like you have conquered your spirituality. Could God or whoever you are believing in will humble you the hardest way possible. You know, don't think that you got it all and don't start judging people. Mm-hmm. Just do your own thing, work on yourself, and be a better person for you, not for anyone else.
So true.
And that is on that.
And we will see you next time in a better place, in a more I don't know what to say. I'm just going to say we're ending it here.
Yeah, we're ending it. Coco is also wanting
she's
to
like,
ending
shut
it.
up.
Yeah, she's like, y'all had enough. And just stay tuned for this season. We're going to have a lot of fun things and cute stuff. And we will not let you know now what's going on. You'll just be surprised.
Every episode will be a surprise. So you have to come here every Monday.
8 a.m. CST time.
Love you and see you next time.
Love you. Bye-bye.